Well, the classical Christian tradition is very much caught up with this thing called culture, because it's very much caught up with this thing called paideia. Paideia is a Greek term that had a twofold meaning in the Greco-Roman world. At first, it meant an educational project that sought to initiate a student into a culture, into a particular way of being human. But it eventually took on the meaning of the content of that culture. So it was basically the Greek counterpart to the Latin cultura. So paideia had this twofold meaning. It was both the content of culture and the initiation process by which a student was educated into that culture. The key text for a classical Christian culture is Ephesians 6:4, where Paul exhorts fathers to raise their children in the paideia to Kyriou, in the paideia of the Lord. And the interesting thing about this passage is Paul's not talking about a paideia of the Greeks or a paideia of the Romans. He talks about a paideia of the Lord. This is a paideia that is not found in this world. It's a paideia that's literally breaking in another world. And so here we have this whole new conception of the true, the good, and the beautiful revealed through the Trinity and the Incarnation that becomes the basis for distinctly Christian culture, and therefore a basis for an educational project to initiate students into that culture. And so classical Christian education, it emphasizes the formation of a sacred space through which students are initiated into a distinctly Christian culture. So we tend to emphasize that special places require special rules, just like the way you decorate the home during Christmas. And yet these rules don't stifle freedom. This is a liberal education. This is all about liberating the students so that their humanity can flourish. I like the way G.K. Chesterton put it. The whole purpose of rules and orders in Christianity is to allow good things to run wild. So we emphasize things like school uniforms, which demonstrate a common purpose that we all share. We practice a godly etiquette where the students learn to honor their elders. The young men will hold the doors for the ladies. They learn to sing the music of the spheres. They learn about an art that redeems the senses and prepares their bodies for the resurrection, all this beautiful stuff. So classical education seeks to foster a sacred space for the contemplation of the true, the good, and the beautiful, so as to allow these students' faith to flourish.